Hey guys, this is Tobias. I am a freelance visual effects artist, and today I wanted to share with you this simple little file that I made for you. It is a simple studio setup using Arnold Render in Houdini. Now, I'm new to Houdini. I've only been using it for a couple of months. Been studying pretty hard at learning a lot of it. Uh, I love it. The learning curve is super steep if you're coming from a different application, but it's the kind of thing where once you learn how to do a few different things and really kind of set things up for yourself, it's kind of hard to go back. I just absolutely love how procedural everything is and how easy it is to swap things in and out. Really awesome for art direction. I think this is probably the best experience I've had in all of the 3D apps that I've used over the years, and I think that's saying a lot. But anyway, long story short, why did I create this file? Such a simple little dinky studio file. Well, when you're learning Houdini, sometimes you just want to get in there and see things right away. And if you're using Arnold Render, then even better. I love Arnold Render out of all the different renderers that are out there. So anyway, I digress. Just made this little file here that basically creates a studio for you and gives you controls to control everything in your lighting system and the intensity. It gives you a couple options to choose a couple of different cycs here. So let me just go in here and I'll show you. All right, so this is the setup. Super simple, like I said. There's a little temporary torus there, but you just replace that with whatever you're trying to do. So if you're doing any sort of look dev, you want to just do a quick little, see how a model looks and a quick little Arnold render, this is a handy little thing to use. So let me go into the controls here. So here's what I've got. You've got this setup here, and let me talk about the light positioning first. Now you can see here that there's a top light and a left and right softbox, and they're all aimed at a null that is your target, right? So if you wanted to sort of adjust how they're pointing, there's this little node here, this lights camera target, right? And you can go in and just control where that's pointing, right? So good idea to set that wherever your object is, but you can tweak that if you want without having to reposition all your lights because it's all parented. And so is, well, I took the camera out in this case because I just did it, but you could optionally put your this lights camera target right in this look at field for the camera. And also I added a master position for the lights just in case you wanted to move the lights, the entire system itself. Um, it's up to you. Alright, and let's get into the controls themselves. I created this little tab here for Arnold Seed controls, and very simple setup. And what that does is it lets you control a bunch of different aspects about this. So, for instance, the obvious thing, the color of your lights. So if you're doing sort of like a 6500K or so, you could also use the Kelvin if you want. That's fine. Studio light color right there. So let's just go with some cool stuff here. Basic. And alright, so you can see how that updated the lights. And you can also adjust the intensity. So there's a top softbox intensity. You can see it adjusted there. Alright. You can see that's all happening there using these controls, but all in one place, which is really super handy when you want to just look at stuff. Let me just go ahead and change my camera to my main camera so you can see what we're looking at. Now in Arnold we have the option to control the exposure of the individual lights and also the samples of the individual lights. So I've gone ahead and added that here. There's also two different cyc selections, 0 and 1. Let me get out to the main view here. One is 180-degree cyc, and then the other one is a 90. I'll probably, I might create something later on, but right now I just wanted to do quick and dirty, get things going, right? And then you can also control your color of the cyc itself if you want to, try different things out. All right, and let's go back to our main. Well, let's take a look at our render here. Alright, so there we go. So there's the Arnold render. As you can see, pretty handy. Just simple stuff, but all in one place. Change things at will. Change the look. You do have to hit the render button again when you change certain things like geometry, specifically in Houdini. If you have any elements where you're shifting around geometry, things like that, like this like selection is actually picking a different geometry inside of this node. The render IPR doesn't actually update. You have to click the render button just to make that update correctly. But anyway, there you go. You can see that things update pretty much live, and you can try different things out, but pretty fast and easy. You just pop this file open, go into this temp geo here and replace whatever you want with that, and you're pretty much all set. But this sets up the Arnold stuff. There's also shaders, a shader shop setup in here where I just have a couple of basic materials. Don't mess with this psych, but the simple shader is just what's on this temp thing. But anyway, like I said, it's just a simple little setup just to sort of help you guys get moving fast with trying things out in Houdini and Arnold Render. Alright, I will put a link in the video description, and have fun. Alright.